This is another one of my new pickups. It's a 007 heat change mug. And obviously with the advent of the new James Bond film, No Time to Die, it's just like the perfect thing to pick up with the movie out now. Now, as you can see, obviously it's obviously outside of it's a black mug, and then you've got the symbol of the group Spectre, which has been it's been a running theme in the last couple of Bond films, so hopefully we'll get more of a tie into what they're up to in No Time to Die. Obviously I haven't seen it yet, but I hope to soon. Now obviously, they had this in TK Maxx, and it was in a sale for $3.99, which is a not bad price. So it's another mug that I add to my collection. Plus, not sure what if most people know that I'm actually a very big Bond fan. I mean, some of them obviously came out before I was born. Some of them obviously during as I got older, but obviously you get to catch them. For me, when they were on TV, and then back in the day when we had VHS tapes, and when they were available, we used to take them off of the TV. Obviously, it's before we had HD TV and Blu-ray and 4K. So obviously, the quality at the time wasn't kind of great looking back on it, but obviously at the time it was kind of great. And then my aunt, she also was a big Bond fan. Her favourite Bond, along with my mum's, was Sean Connery, and my aunt's favourite film was Thunderball. So so eventually I ended up recording all the Bond films at what was the last, the newest one at the time. And then eventually, I can't remember if I bought them on VHS. I don't think I did. And then I know that I remembered buying them all on DVD, and I think at some point, at one point, it was The World's Not Enough was the new Bond at the time when I had them on DVD, so I had them all current. And then I remember the Timothy Dalton's first movie, The Living Daylights. I had on DVD. That's the one I actually had missing, because what happened was that at the time they had the Bond movies in a box set, and The Living Daylights was part of the box set, but you couldn't buy it separate. So all the other Bonds at the time, from up until Dr. No, up until The World's Not Enough, you could buy them, but not The Living Daylights. So I had that particular film missing. And I remember searching for it online, couldn't find it at a good price, and it was expensive, all out of print. And I remember one day I went to my local computer shop. Obviously, this is when I was in my late teens, and then they had a copy of it there at a really cheap price, so I just bought it. And then eventually they re-released all the Bond films as a 2-disc special edition. So I think GoldenEye and Tomorrow Never Dies, I think, were uncut, because I think they did some cuts, or the BBFC did some cuts to it. So I had all of them from Dr. No at that time to Die Another Day on DVD. And then eventually I went straight to Blu-ray. So then I got them all on Blu-ray. So now I have all of them up until the last film, Spectre. I've got, I think, Spectre and I'm trying to remember which one, Skyfall and GoldenEye. Those are the only three I've got as Blu-ray steelbooks, and all the rest of them are on Blu-ray. So I've got all of them aside from the new one. Obviously, when No Time to Die comes out, I'll add that to my collection. And yeah, I've been rewatching them all. So the last one I watched was License to Kill. So now obviously it's GoldenEye. So obviously I don't think I'll be able to watch them up until whenever I decide to see No Time to Die. But I always do that every time they release a new Bond film. But anyway, that's enough of my boring story. So again, you've got the classic 007 symbol at the top there, so that's cool. So even I don't know if I'm going to use the mug or just keep it as a collector's item, but I'll keep the box because I actually think it looks quite smart with the 007. I mean, I even had the 007 aftershave as well, which is great. I mean, that shows you how much of a big Bond fan I am. So we've got that here, so we'll open up in a minute. Now, obviously, this is a heat changing mug, so I've got some hot water handy, so that we can actually try it out on camera. And for those of you that don't know what Spectre stands for, it stands for Special Executive for Counterintelligence, Terrorism, Revenge, and Extortion. Kind of sounds like a certain government, but I'm not saying anything. Anyway, here we go with the unboxing of this. Right, we've got a little notch here. So that opens it up. Well, I'm curious to see how well packaged this is because obviously things like this can rattle around. As I said before, this was $3.99 in TK Maxx. They've actually got a Tetris one as well for the same price. So I'm thinking of picking that up at some point. I mean, the last couple I did on my video because I did a Justice League one, which was a Superman and Aquaman mug, and prior to that I did a Batman one. So I'm building up my collection again. Well, it's kind of flimsily wrapped, but I suppose with the tight fit, and that should stop it from breaking. So I mean, this looks quite tall for a mug. It's taller than the usual one. As you can see, you've got the 007 symbol there, as you can see in black. And also, I think the symbol you can just about see the fade outline of the Spectre symbol. So that's quite cool. Obviously, I've got a standard mug here, which has got the water in it. So yeah, you can see it's a little bit smaller, and the circumference of it is about the same. So yeah, it's taller. So what we shall do is pour the hot water in, and hopefully this should change. There we go. Just careful not to burn myself. So there we go. So we'll turn this round, and we'll see if this actually changes or not. Because these things take a bit of time. Now again, I've said in one of my a couple of my other videos, yeah, it's starting to appear slowly, as you can see. I don't recommend using these in a microwave because you'll probably end up damaging the actual part of it that actually heats up with the image. So I wouldn't recommend putting it in a microwave just in case. And I also wouldn't recommend putting it in a dishwasher, which with my case means I have to wash it by hand, and I'm not a fan of washing up by hands, but you know, it's got to be done. But as you can see, the image is there, but I don't think it's completely full because I haven't completely filled up the actual thing. But you get the gist of it, that how compared to how it looks on here. But yeah, I mean, it does actually work. So as you can see, look at it a bit closer, you can actually see it. I mean, it's not completely full because I think it's due to the fact that I don't think the maybe if we put the water like so and then get that heat up, because I don't think it's completely full. But we'll have to lean at this angle and then see if we can get the rest of it all hot. But yeah, I mean, I've got a similar thing where I collect like superhero T-shirts, and I would love to sit, if money was not an object, I would love to sit there and get more. Obviously, you've seen some of my videos. I may even do another video of individual ones of my favourite ones, even though they're all my favourite ones, so to speak. But yeah, I mean, as you can see, look, you've got the Spectre symbol here, so that looks pretty awesome. So, oh yeah, also, as I said, that's the back, and at the front you've got the 007 symbol. So I said, yeah, it does look fairly smart. So I would recommend it, especially at $3.99. I mean, I'll say that it's worth it. So I'll say if you're a big Bond fan and also a big fan of hot beverages, then I would say it's worth picking up. It should be available in your local TK Maxx's, because I didn't buy this from my local TK Maxx. I bought it from a different store, but then when I went into my local store, they actually had it. But then when I went in there today, they seem to have sold out of it, so it seems to be very popular. Who knows, it's maybe because of the movie, but yeah, maybe your TK Maxx might sell it. So I would say, if you see it in there in your local, I would say snap it up. $3.99, you can't go wrong. I mean, you get an extra mug, and obviously you can make it part of your collection if you're into that kind of thing. So yeah, that's all shown up now, so that looks pretty cool. Hopefully it's coming across like quite well on camera. So yeah, this is the 007 what they call it, heat change mug. So anyway, I'm sorry I spilled a little bit there trying to pour it in, but I haven't got the world's steadiest hands. But anyway, I hope people found this video informative, and feel free to share and to like this video. If you already haven't, feel free to subscribe to my channel, and I'll speak to you all again soon. Take care, bye for now, and stay safe.